Welcome, sweet friends. It's Ashley Clarke with Earthkeeper Yoga, and I'm here in Birmingham, Alabama. And this is our last class together for a couple of weeks. We'll take a break for the next 2 weeks during December to celebrate the holiday, and it's a formal break for University of Alabama at Birmingham. So, as we come together for this last class for the last little bit, I want to invite you to go ahead and make sure that you have at least one block. If you had two, that would be great. And if you have access to your trusty yoga blanket or a thick beach towel, that could come in handy here today as well. So, grab what you need, and I'll meet you right here on the mat. Okay, as we get started today, I thought we could start in a comfortable seat. So I'm going to go ahead and invite you, if you don't have your blanket underneath your booty, go ahead and put it there. And then you're going to inch yourself forward until you feel your tailbone kind of come off the front of the blanket. What that's going to do is help you sit the hips forward just a bit. You can let the hands rest just on the legs nice and gently. And then you can do whatever feels good with your feet. If your feet and legs don't look like mine, totally okay. So let those shoulders roll down the back. You can go ahead and close your eyes or find a soft gaze towards the floor. And we'll go ahead and come into this space together. And so you can take a nice big deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. The let it go breath. You don't have to change anything about what you're doing. You're just starting to note what that is. So you're noting how you're feeling in your physical body. Noticing how you're feeling in your emotional body today. Noticing how the temperature in the room, or maybe you're outside, whatever the temperature is, just noting that against your skin. Bring awareness to your breath. Again, you don't have to change anything about it. You don't have to judge the breath. Just noticing where it is for you today. Maybe it's right down in the low belly. You might even put a hand on your belly and notice if you feel that belly really expand on an inhale and then exhale, everything kind of contracts back in. Maybe there's a hand on your heart, noticing if you can allow that breath down deep in the belly to make its way up into the heart space, noticing how the more length you find from your tailbone up to the crown of the head, the more space that you make internally for that breath to fill you completely. And letting the exhale go completely, feeling it down in the low belly, just everything constricts back in. Let's give it another go. Inhale nice and deep. Feel the chest rise, the shoulders expand, and then exhale, let it all go. So give yourself one more round. You can keep the hand on the belly and on the heart, or you can let the hands come back and just rest in the lap. Beautiful. So with your next breath cycle, you can bring that gaze back towards me. Softly flutter those eyes back open. Welcome. So today's class is called I Need Some Space. So in that same way that we really just worked on expanding everything and finding space within to let that breath really take up some space, let's take up some space on our mats today. All right, so we're going to begin by coming into a child's pose. So go ahead and you can have a choice here. So if you'd like some space, you can bring those knees to the outside edges of your mat and then sit the hips back so that the belly and everything can really go in between the legs, melting towards your mat. You can also do just a regular old child's pose where the legs are together. But see if you can bring the brow down to the mat and just relax here, taking up space, opening through the hips. And find those deep breaths once again. Noticing the expansion of the back of the rib cage. And give it 2 more. Beautiful. Take an inhale. Lift the upper body using those hands for support. We're going to walk the hands over to the right. Take an inhale. And then exhale. Let the upper body sink back down. Just opening up some space on that left side body. Noticing what's available to you here. If anything feels uncomfortable or painful, walk your hands back towards center a bit. And give it 1 more breath. Notice where you feel open and closed here. Inhale, lifting the upper body. We're going to walk those hands all the way over to the left. Fresh inhale. And then exhale, sink it back down, opening through that right side body, keeping the head, neck, and shoulders relaxed. And last breath. Inhale, lift through the upper body, bring those hands back in front of you, and then press up. Let's go ahead and make our way into table. So reset those knees under the hips. Fingers are spread nice and wide, thumbs face towards each other, and the wrists are right under the shoulders. Take an inhale, curl your toes, and then exhale. Let's go first right here into a down dog. So you can begin pedaling through the feet. Keep your gaze towards your knees, and we're not worried about whether or not those knees are bent. We just want to make sure that we're not leaving a lot of weight and pressure in our shoulders. And we can modify if we need to by coming to knees. We're just going to send the hips back to get any weight out of the shoulders, not worrying about those knees at all. Just spend the next 3 breaths here. Letting your awareness take up space within your body. And 1 more breath. Let's give ourselves a slow walk up to the top of the mat, and we'll meet there in a forward fold. Big bend in the knees, torso rolls over the thighs. Go ahead and let the nose go towards either shoulder. Just letting yourself settle in here, feeling into the space in the neck and in the upper shoulders, through the head. And we'll come to stillness. Take an inhale halfway. Find that long spine. Really reach the crown away. Send the hips back. Take up space even here. Exhale, release down towards the floor. Inhale down low. And exhale, we'll give ourselves a slow rise, coming up in a way that serves your low back. We'll reach all the way into our mountain. Settle in with a nice big deep inhale and exhale through the nose. Inhale, take up some space. Really reach the arms and the gaze up towards the sky. And then exhale, we'll bring the hands down next to the hips. Beautiful. Do that again. Inhale, take up some space. And exhale, bring those hands back down. Inhale, lift the right arm up towards the sky. Keep the left arm down next to your side. I'm going to turn to the side. So we're going to inhale the right arm back behind. And then exhale it forward. Just keep that going. Inhale, right arm back. Exhale forward. Just opening through that right shoulder. Giving everything some space to contract and extend. And give it one more round. Right arm extends forward on the exhale, and then bring that right arm down next to the right hip. And go ahead and shake it out, see if anything's there. Noticing how more open and available things feel on the right side of the body, upper body at least, compared to the left. So let's begin. We'll inhale, send the arm up, and then behind. Exhaling it forward and up. See if you can keep the hips forward. And soft knees. And give it one more. Arm extends long and then down by the left hip. Shake it out. See what's there. See if you're feeling a little bit more, at least in your upper body. We've got one more, and this one always makes me laugh, so we'll do the best we can. We're going to inhale both arms up, and then exhale to let the shoulders relax. So we're going to inhale the right arm back, left arm forward, and exhale them back up. Inhale. And if it's too much to do both at the same time, go back to what we just did, or do both together at the same time, same direction. This just makes it a little bit more fun. So one's going back and one's going forward, and I did my good side first. Give it one more round. Beautiful. Arms come back up, shoulders relax. Give yourself a breath. And let it all go. Beautiful. This time, the left arm goes forward, right arm goes back. Whoop. Just seeing what's there. See if you can turn directions. I can't do that side, so I must have done the wrong side twice, but see what you got there. So it's right forward. Just do what you can do. I'm going to keep this in here because it really is just about the movement. So do whatever feels good to open through the shoulders. If you can do the opposite side, good for you. Your teacher can't. Bring your hands back in front of your heart. Give yourself a nice big inhale and exhale through the nose. And so we've got a little energy flowing. Let's work with that. Let's inhale, arms and gaze up. And exhale, forward fold. Starting to feel into the low back body here. You can side to side sway. You can clasp elbows, whatever feels good here. And let the head hang heavy. And give it one more breath. Beautiful. Bring your hands to the mat. Step your feet back, and we're going to come into table. So if you have a block, I'm going to invite you to take that block and put it right back next to your right heel. Okay? So here we are in our table. Take an inhale. And then exhale the hips back to come to sit on your hips on your heels. So a couple of modifications. If this is too much, just go ahead and find a comfortable seat, just like we did at the beginning of class. You can also take your blanket and you can come up and then have the blanket sit. It gives you a little bit of cushion right there. You could also take the blanket and put it under your knees. So we've got this block right outside of the right heel. I'm going to bring mine to the tallest setting, and it's right even with my foot. So take an inhale, reach both arms up, and then exhale to settle those shoulders. Keep this left arm right where it is. Inhale, reach this right arm back, let it find that block, and then send the left arm up towards the sky. So there's a big arch in the back. We're staying right here. Notice if you've gritted the teeth or tightened through the neck. And one more breath. Inhale, bring the right hand up. And then exhale, palms come down in front of the heart, bow chin to chest. And maybe let that back round out just a bit. And then come to a comfy seat. Or not to a comfy seat, back where we were. If you're in a comfy seat, that's fine. Left hand grabs that block from the right hand and puts it right outside of that left foot. We'll inhale the arms back up over the head. And then exhale to settle the shoulders. Inhale, nice big circle with this left hand. It's going to come down to the block. And then reach up with the right fingertips, gaze follows. You're going to feel the belly press forward, big rounding in the back, and the heart feels nice and forward. Breathing here. Notice what's going on with your jaw. See if you can stay nice and relaxed there. Inhale the left arm up. And then exhale, palms come down in front of the heart, bow chin to chest. Give yourself a breath. Beautiful. Go ahead and bring your gaze back forward. You can flutter your eyes open. I'm going to move my block out of the way. And then the next thing that we're going to do is going to be from knees. So if you'd like to have that blanket spread where you can have a little cushion under your knees, do that. So here we are in our table. Take an inhale, reach the right leg back behind you, and then exhale to bring it forward. We're going to have our hands on those two blocks and then lunge way forward, reach the crown of the head towards the sky, and start to feel that stretch through the left groin. Breathe. So you're just feeling all of that space open from your knee all the way up to your hip. And then all the way up to the crown of the head. You feel the belly stretch. Everything's just opening here. Connect your breath to that opening. Inhale. Press into that right foot. We're going to find that right heel on the mat with the toes pointed up. You're going to flex through that foot. So these blocks move back just a bit. And I want you to notice something here. So I've really lengthened through the crown of my head. What you don't want to do is this, right? Because then we're putting extra pressure on the low back and we're rounding through the upper back, which compresses our breath. And we want to make space for breath. So we're going to reach through the crown of the head. This may be all you need right here. Inhale. And then exhale. Keeping that long spine, sending those hips square behind you. So if you feel like that right hip isn't forward or the left, just square them out. It'll deepen through that right hamstring. Breathe. Give it one more breath. Go ahead and bring that right leg forward and then drop those blocks. Hands come to the mat, and then you can go ahead and just bring this right foot back through, back into table. Shake those hips side to side, getting anything out that may have shown up in the hips just then. Shake it all out. All right, inhale, send that left leg back. And then exhale to step it through. Hands come to the blocks on either side, and then we're going to lunge forward, keeping that length through the crown of the head. Feeling that goodness through the right groin. Notice if you've gotten tension in your teeth, so you maybe put the top of your tongue on the top of your mouth. That'll help you from gritting your teeth. It makes it more difficult anyway. And then go ahead and send those hips back. Find the heel of that left foot on the floor and then the toes up towards the sky. So your foot is flexed. And no matter where you need to be, you might even have your blocks up like this, and that's fine. So find what feels good for you here. And then we'll keep that long spine. Inhale. Use the exhale to fold forward. Squaring those hips. And so I love to say when I teach, I love to say we're here to be in touch, not to touch. So this is not something where we're trying to get our torso to touch our thigh. We're not doing that. So just stay in touch with the breath. Give it one more. Beautiful. Bending back forward, we're going to let go of those blocks. Bring your hands to the mat. This time curl your toes. See if you can come to the top of the mat, and we'll meet there in a forward fold. Give yourself a little side to side sway. Head hangs heavy. Inhale, halfway long spine. And exhale to release down towards the floor. Inhale, down low. And exhale, slow rise. We'll come back and meet in that mountain. Hands near the hips. Reach the crown of the head up towards the sky, soft through the knees. Inhale, arms and gaze lift. And the exhale, hands come down in front of the heart. Bowing chin to chest. Give yourself a breath. Beautiful. Inhale, the gaze back forward. We're going to take an inhale, lift this right leg, and then step it back. We're going to immediately open into warrior two legs. So warrior two legs are open. The hips not shooting towards the top of the mat. They're open. The knee is over the heel. I've got my hands at my heart right here. So what we'll do is we'll open the fingertips where they touch. Elbows go out to either side. And then extend the arms open. There's your warrior two, shoulders over hips. Gaze goes to the middle finger of the front hand. Breathe. Turn those palms up. Take an inhale, straighten through the left leg. Reach the fingertips up towards the sky. Gaze follows. Exhale, settle back in, warrior two. Inhale, find reverse warrior. So right hand comes to that right thigh, left fingertips reach back behind. Gaze follows towards the left palm. Inhale back to warrior two. Turn those palms up. Inhale, straighten up towards the sky. Spin onto the ball of that, or on the ball of that left foot, or it's actually the heel, so that you come to the long edge of the mat. Make sure the knees don't lock. Take an inhale. And then exhale, we're going to come halfway. Hold it. Inhale. Exhale, release down towards the mat. So here, you can get further into the inside of the legs from just doing some ninja lunges side to side. Stay with the breath. And give it one more. We'll come into stillness. Give yourself 2 breaths right here. Bend those knees. Take an inhale. And then exhale, give yourself a slow roll up. Beautiful. As those hands come near the hips, take an inhale, reach the arms up over the head. And then exhale to settle the shoulders. Now make sure that your toes are pointing towards the side of your mat and your heels are right behind your toes. Go ahead and bend your knees. And go ahead and do that same tilt forward, keeping that long spine. Tuck the tailbone in. So this is not a chair, it's a love seat. We've got more space. So breathe here, 2 breaths. Beautiful. Inhale, slow rise. Exhale, warrior two. Keep those hips open, nice. Lots of space there. Left elbow comes down to the left knee. Stay strong from the elbow up to the shoulder. Inhale, right arm circles around and reaches over towards the left. Sink in, you've got this. 2 breaths. Go ahead and bring your hands down to the floor, spinning onto the ball of the right foot, bouncing through the right foot. We're going to come back to the top of the mat and meet in a forward fold. Let it all go. You've got this. 1 more breath. Let's take an inhale, halfway, long spine. And exhale, release down towards the floor. Inhale, down low. Exhale, slow rise, coming into your mountain in a way that serves 2 breaths. And let that breath take up all the space within. And exhale out what no longer serves. Inhale, arms and gaze lift. And exhale, hands come down in front of the heart. Fresh inhale, lift that left leg, step it back, and immediately go into your warrior two. Move my blanket out of the way. So warrior two, hips open, heel over knee. Arms are in prayer. They come out, fingertips touch, elbows go to the side, and then open the arms, warrior two. Gaze over the middle finger of the right hand. Turn those palms up. Inhale, straighten through the right leg. Gaze lifts. Exhale back into your warrior two. Left hand down to that left leg. Right palm comes up again. Inhale, reaching it back. More space through that right side body. Gaze goes to the left palm. Inhale, warrior two. Palms come up. Inhale, straighten through that right leg. Spin onto the ball of the right foot. Softness through those knees. Inhale here. Exhale, let it all go. Forward fold. So note how you're feeling. If you need more of those ninja lunges, take them. And one more breath. Bend those knees, take an inhale. And then exhale, slow rise. Palms come near the hips, reach the crown of the head up. Inhale, lift the arms and the gaze. Exhale, settle those shoulders, gaze comes back forward. Once again, check that the heels are right behind the toes and toes are towards the long edge of the mat. We'll take a fresh breath and then sink down into that love seat. So the upper body, I'm going to turn to the side so you can see me. So that the upper body is keeping that long length through the spine. And I'm going to tuck my tailbone in to keep it that way. So really strengthening through the core and the low back, through the adductors. We've got this. One more breath. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, warrior two. Beautiful. You've got this. One more. Windmill those hands down. Make your way back into down dog. And if table would serve you more than down dog here, do it. And give it one more breath. Inhale into your plank. Long spine, keep that booty down, reaching through the crown of the head. Inhale, and then exhale through your chaturanga, finding your up dog. Now you could always be in cobra here. Release through the low back, reaching through the crown of the head, strong through the arms. One more breath. Beautiful. Bring those knees back to the mat, and we're going to come back into table. Curl toes, lift hips, find a down dog. Give it one more breath. Go ahead and give yourself a slow walk back up to the top of the mat. Let's meet there in a forward fold. Take an inhale, halfway long spine. And then exhale to release down towards the earth. Inhale down low. And exhale, slow rise, coming up in a way that serves. We'll meet in mountain. Rest in 2 breaths. Inhale, arms and gaze lift. And exhale, palms come down in front of the heart. Bow, chin to chest. Inhale, lift the gaze. And then lift this right knee. Go ahead and step it back. We're going right into Warrior Two again. But this time I want you to reach down, and if you have a block, bring it right in front of your left foot. Because we're going to try to go from this into half moon. So here is, I'll leave this in too because I'll probably fall over, but we'll laugh together. Make space for laughter. All right, so we're in Warrior Two. And then I'm going to reach this left hand down to my block and start to hop this right foot and see if I can come in to Warrior Two, or excuse me, half moon. So half moon could be done against a wall as well to make you feel a little bit more stable. The hips are stacked. So the hips are open just like they were in Warrior Two. They're stacked. So this is something different. This is half moon. So the right foot flexes forward. The left leg is not locked. And the right fingertips and the gaze are up towards the sky. And you're not clenching your teeth. Beautiful. Go ahead and turn the hips towards the floor and see if you can make your way back into a forward fold. Take an inhale, halfway long spine. And then exhale, release back down towards your mat. Inhale down low. Exhale, slow rise. 2 breaths in mountain. In and out through the nose. Inhale, arms and gaze rise. Exhale, hands down in front of the heart, bow chin to chest. Inhale, bring your gaze back forward. Inhale, lift the left knee and then step it back. Find your Warrior Two legs. Make sure your block is near your right foot. And then you can do your little fingertips, elbows out, hands out. There's my Warrior Two. Right hand comes down to the block. This left hand can be on the hip if that feels good. And then you're just going to hop until you find the way to let those hips open. Left foot stays flexed. Left arm up towards the sky. Gaze follows if it feels okay. Or you can look down towards the floor. It's easier to look up at your hand when you're using the wall for support. But using the wall for support also helps your body build the muscle memory, and it's a great place to start. One more breath. Slowly let that left foot come down. We'll meet in that forward fold. Let's go ahead and step it back and find a down dog. Inhale into your plank or kneeling plank. You could always lower the knees. And keep that booty low, long spine. Inhale. Move through your chaturanga on the exhale and into your up dog. Releasing through the hips. Reaching through the crown of the head, strong through the arms. And then we're going to send those hips back. Let the belly roll over the thighs. Child's pose. Let it all go. You can stack the palms. Let the forehead come to the back of the palms if you don't want to bring your head all the way to the mat. Give it one more breath. Slowly press into your hands to lift your upper body. You're going to come into your table, but it's just so you can swing your feet so that you can come down onto your God-given seat. So once you come there, we're going to roll down onto our backs. And I've got a new one for you. It's called the Mcgill Crunch, which anything with the word crunch in it sounds challenging, but we've got this. So we're going to do it on either side. So we're going to start by inhaling this right arm up over your head, extended long. But then as you exhale, let the shoulder open. Let the hand rest on the floor as much as you can. And then you're going to bend this left knee so that the left sole of the foot comes to the mat. So what you're going to do is you're going to lift the center of your body where you can bend your left elbow and the back of your palm comes to the low part of your back and the palm is on the mat. So we want that space there, okay? So what you're going to do from here is flex through that right foot, take an inhale. And as you exhale, I want you to lift, keeping that length through the crown, keeping that pelvis tilted up, and lift off the floor just an inch. Breathe. So you're going to feel some tension in your neck, in your jaw. Give it one more breath. Inhale. Exhale, relax. Really let all of your weight sink into the mat. Get ready. We're going to go again. Flex through that foot. Extend the fingertips long. Here we go. Inhale. Exhale, lift just a bit. Keep the length through the crown. The chin comes in just a little bit. Hold it. 2 more breaths. Press that breath all the way out. Inhale. Exhale, relax. Back down to the mat. Let that right arm come out to the right. Left arm can come from under the small of the back. The left arm can take up some space over to the left. So you just have those arms in a big T. Extend that left leg long down the mat. Maybe windshield wiper the feet. Let the hips relax. Breathe deep into the belly all the way up to the collarbones, and then let that breath go. Give yourself one more. Go ahead and inhale that left arm up towards over your head, and then release the shoulder down towards the mat. Bend that right elbow and then stick your hand under the small of your back. So you're lifting the belly button up towards the sky so that you find the arch in your back. Palm is on your back, and then the back of your palm is on your back, and then your palm is on your mat. So then release down. Great. All right, bend that right knee. Right sole of the foot comes to the mat. Flex that left foot. Here we go. Inhale. And then exhale to lift, keeping everything in line, reaching the crown of the head towards those fingertips of the left hand. Breathe. And tongue on the roof of the mouth to keep you from gritting your teeth. Last breath. Inhale. Exhale, relax back down. Give yourself a breath in between. Here we go. Flex that left foot. Inhale. Exhale to lift, holding it here. 3 breaths. Use your strength. Flex the foot. Don't grit the teeth. Inhale. And exhale, let it all go back down to the mat. Those hands can come out. You're in that T. The right leg can extend. Shake out the feet. And let the mat take up space. Or let yourself take up space on the mat, rather. And give it one more breath right here. And then wherever you are, here's your 6 or 7 breaths. The ones that are just for you, the ones that give you what I did not offer, but your body is informing you that could feel good right now. You could do windshield wipers. You could do happy baby. You could just bring the knees up into the chest. Whatever feels good here. Give yourself that. Give it one more breath. I invite you to move into whatever Shavasana will look like for you today. And I'll also invite you to take up an extra little space. So maybe the arms go back into that wide T. Maybe the legs are even wider than the width of your mat. And when you settle in, give yourself that nice big deep inhale and exhale through the nose. And rest. You can slowly start to begin to bring some awareness back into this space that we have created together. And bring some awareness to your fingers and your toes. You can wiggle them. And bring some awareness to your wrists and your ankles. Give them some circles. Take up some space even here. Let it be nice and big. Reach your arms up over your head. Point your toes. Stretch your fingertips. Give yourself a full body stretch. And you can roll on to one side or the other for just another moment, honoring the work that you've done for yourself here today. And as you're ready, we'll meet together in a comfortable seat with our hands together at our heart, chins bowed down towards chest. Our quote for today is from Hafiz, and he says, "Even after all this time, the sun never says to the earth, 'You owe me.' Look what happens with a love like that. It lights up the whole sky." May your light light up the whole sky. May you be kind and may you know kindness. And until we meet together again, gratitude for practicing with me today and happy holidays. Namaste.